Morning, guys. It's Mike with Efficient Fishing here. It's about 6:40 a.m. and the sun has came up, and I'm gonna go hit the pond today. So I'm gonna head over. I'm gonna start with um, I have my chatterbait. I'm gonna start with that first because it's already on my pole, and I'm gonna throw it out and see if I can't get anything on it. I have not caught a fish with it yet. In the pond that I fish, I know there's bass there, so we're gonna see what happens. But I have not fished there first thing in the morning, so that's gonna also be a factor. So we're gonna find out how that works. But if that doesn't work with the chatterbait, I'm gonna switch over to my worm that I know that works. And then once I decide, or once I hook up on something with that, I'm probably gonna either go back to my chatterbait or try some of the new worms that I got my last episode that I showed you guys. So that black one, the black, or I'm sorry, it's actually purple, dark colored worms. I want to see how those work. All right, guys. So we're gonna head over. All right, guys. So we've made it over to the pond. We're gonna start out with using the chatterbait, like I said. Kind of from a distance you can see, but you can't right now. It's kind of misty on top here. I see some little bit of action right down here, so I'm literally just gonna throw right there where I see things happening. Kind of makes sense, right? Alright, so nothing on the first throw, but there's a lot of area to cover here. Don't know why this light is on, but it's helping me a little bit. It's still early. I see a lot of action out here this morning. We're gonna throw across the pond, which is something I don't normally do. But alright, so nothing offhand right away. Um, you know, I'm thinking to myself that there's a lot of action going on. However, the biggest bass that I've caught in here is about 4.5 pounds so far. And I mean, yeah, it's a good sized bass, but that's also a small bass at the same time. And just using something that is a type of lure that is something they have to chase around, something that requires, it's like a big target, basically. It's not a worm that they're just gonna pick off the bottom. So I'm thinking that, because the bass aren't so big in here, they might not be targeting something like this. This might not be their target. It's their target that they want. So might just be lazy. Who knows? And they're just trying to find something easy laying on the ground, like one of my worms that I normally throw out there. So I'm just gonna do this pretty quickly. Move along here and see if I can't get anything's attention. Alright, so there's a bass that just popped up right behind me. And there's something else. I don't know if those are bass or what they are, but we're gonna throw over that way. That kind of gives me a little motivation. Throw this way to see if there's any. I'm assuming those are bass. I don't know. I've never seen anything pop out of the water here before. Just what I'm thinking is that they were bass, but I'm not sure. Alright guys, like I said, so I'm gonna try to pretty much move along this bank as fast as I can. Oh, I think I just got a hit. I'm not positive, but I think that might have been a hit. It was almost like it turned sideways or something. It was weird. I'm not sure. But I'm throwing it back over there. That's what I'm gonna do. In 15 to 30 seconds, you're probably not gonna hook up on anything. I'm just gonna readjust this worm some. I don't like the way it's like that. Alright guys, so I don't know if you guys seen that or not. I'm going down there. Alright guys, so it's about 7 a.m. I started out about 7, I said 7:40, but I think it was more closer on the 7:45 range. And those bass just look huge. If those are bass jumping out of the water, I don't know if bass jump out of the water, but something's jumping out of the water. Pretty good size down there. I know they hit the water, they top the water. So anyway, so it's about 7 now, and I started out at about 6:45, and so it's been about 15 minutes. I walked down one side of this pond here to see if there was anything. So now I've got my worm, switched over to my worm. We're gonna let it sit. We're switching to letting it sit to the bottom. And this is a more time consuming thing versus throwing the chatterbait and moving it quickly across the water. Alright, threw it right in the corner. It's a good spot to catch fish. Except for this particular corner, I'm not caught anything. I don't know what that was, but it was a fish that jumped out of the water. That's definitely a bass. I don't know if you guys seen that or not, but I hope you did. That was definitely a bass. I seen it nice and clear that time. And my bait is over there, so if he wants to take it, he's more than welcome to take it. Free bait, man. Free worm, just laying there on the ground. Come on, buddy, take that. I guess it's a technique. They jump out of the water and grab something. It's new to me. I mean, I haven't been bass fishing long, so that's a new technique to me. Seems like a pretty good one, though. It's getting the job done. Alright, so that confirms the bass are moving around. Now we just got to get one to grab a hold of this worm and take it. So it seems like morning fishing is going to be a bit slower here versus the night fishing when I normally go. Right over in this particular area is where I've caught my biggest bass, actually 4.5 pounds out of here. So was a big fish to me at the time when I first caught him, because I was catching 1 to 2 pounders. So far 4.5 pounds is the biggest. We're going to see if we can't possibly in the near future of fishing this more often, if we can't catch something else, a bigger fish. All right, guys. Okay, guys. So finally got one on. Here we go. There we go. Got it. He's a couple pounds there. Let's see. I hope you guys got a good look at him there. All right. I'm gonna say this guy's about 2.5 pounds. We're gonna give me a second. I'm gonna get my grippers here. We're gonna weigh him. So I knew he was in here. They're just literally jumping out of the water and they're like, hey, I'm right here, come get me. All right. What did I say, 2.5 pounds? All right, so apparently we're not gonna measure anything because for some reason this decided to turn off. Okay, we're gonna try again. Okay. Closer to 3 pounds, but oh, great. We got him good, and I don't know where my pliers are. All right, so give me a second to unhook him. Okay, guys, so that got me excited there. I had to re-rig a new warm-up because that one, he literally ripped it off. I guess he was about 3 pounds. So I seen him popping up against the edge there when I reeled my worm in the first time, and he literally just missed it. And then so I came back and threw right over top and just actually let it sit there for about a half a second. Kind of dropped off in the grass. Oh, got a hit. It dropped off in the grass, and when it dropped off in the grass, or it kind of sat on top of the grass, and he just took it. I got a hit right here. So I'm gonna let it sit there, see if they come back to pick it up. And I got a few spectators now. A lot of these houses that are around me, they are I'm in Orlando, and a lot of them are rentals, and they go to the theme parks and stuff, and people rent these houses out to them, and a lot of people just come down here and and stay. You know, why they stay in these houses. Some people own them, and then they come down to visit, or comes down during summertime. It's tourist season. It's like middle of July here, so that's tourist season. And so a lot of these people don't even live here full time, and you know, they don't see people out here like me fishing. People that, you know, I've already ran into a few people here that are locals and kind of know who they are. So it seems like the key out here is get it to real close to this grass, and I don't know if the color of my worm is simulating like a camouflage in the grass or what it does, but it's like I get my best luck right around the grass area. Yeah, there's like a ton of bass that is literally, you know, I wasn't for sure at first, but they are bass, and they're just jumping out of the water, just plopping out of the water like they're Free Willy or something. This thing is loaded with bass. They're not huge, but there's bass in here for sure. As you can see, I got one. One thing is that I did notice when I was walking up a little fast that something took off. So they probably are aware of my presence. So if I'm not too far away throwing, like at an angle, which I like to throw anyways, I throw at an angle down the grass bed. If I'm like right out in front of them and I try to toss it out there, I'm almost 100% sure nothing's gonna grab it. Just because they know I'm right there, so I get a good toss ahead of me and just let it sit there. Alright guys, I got another one on. Little skipper. Found the weeds. Oh. Don't even see the fish no more. Oh yeah. Let me find all this grass off here so I can get to. I don't know. I don't have my pliers, and this guy swallowed that hook. I don't even know where that hook went. Alright, so this guy's getting cut off. Alright, so I just try to get him back in the water as fast as possible. Because the hook was way down there, and it would have killed him if I tried to attempt to get it out. It's better, it's not salt water, but it's still water, and it will rust that hook away. So, but it's better than me trying to surgically remove it and him dying. This way, he might have a chance. Alright guys, let me re-rig up here and see what else we can hit. Alright guys, so I've hooked up on 2 so far today. It's kind of, I think it's about 7:35ish in the morning here. So I've been out here since 6:45. To me, yeah, there's a lot of bass, but it doesn't seem like catching them as productive as it is in the evening. Maybe I just have, a particular evening had a lot of luck, but so far just 2 this morning, and I don't even know how many bass I've seen jump in the water, like tons of them. So I know there's a bunch of them out here, that's for sure. So we're about ready to wrap it up here. I'm just getting to the end here and seeing if anything will grab a hold. I don't know about you guys, but I get pretty excited, once I finally get that hit. Sometimes it takes a lot of effort and energy to get there. A lot of throwing, a lot of technique, walking all the way around this pond. But man, when that fish hits, it's exciting because you never know what's on the other end of the line. You could have a 1-pounder. It's like they seem to hit, anywhere from 2 to 4 pounds. They all hit about the same. It's just when you're reeling it in, you get that final feel of how big it is. Alright guys, so let's see what happens here. This is pretty much going to be my final go around. And I hate giving it up because I know the fish are biting, even if I had to walk around the pond one more time. But I have things to do today. I'd love to sit here and fish all day and catch fish, but I don't think you guys are going to sit here and watch a 4 to 6 to 8 hour video of me catching fish and talking about it. So I try to keep it short. And it's starting to warm up too, so. Alright guys, so I'm going to make this my last throw right over here towards the edge of the grass. Perfect. I couldn't want it any better than that right there. But alright guys, so that's my last cast. And we're going to see if I'm going to reel it in here in about 15 seconds. Just going to let it sit there and see if there's anything over this way, if they're still eating. So we're going to watch for it real quick. That sun is coming in. It's warm enough, and just about time for me to go in to the air condition. So let's see what happens. Alright guys, I'm gonna reel it in and call that a wrap, and that'll be it. So alright guys, I appreciate you listening to my commentary as I fish. and maybe you guys will learn something. Maybe you guys will maybe do something differently because I've done it. I don't know, maybe something else will work out better for you guys. Maybe, basically, hopefully you guys will learn something. I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video. And if you haven't already, subscribe and like this video. And that's it. Hey guys, I've already said thanks and I appreciate everything, but I thought you guys might want to see my face. Whether you do or not, you see it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, I appreciate you guys joining the video. And I was also going to mention that I didn't have time today to use those other worms that I had got. I just went to the one that I like best. So I know the chatterbait is not efficient in the water, so next time I'm gonna go straight. I know that the bass hit early in the morning, so I'm gonna go straight to the black worm, or the purple worm. Keep calling it black. Go to the purple worm, and that'll be my first worm that I use in the morning. So we'll stick with that next time, and you guys look out for that video. Thank you guys.